Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells for today. I got spurs.
Is this thing on? Cheers to you, and thank you for tuning in to this video where, what are we going to call it? We got a little bit of bourbon here. We got the setup going for a nice dentist informative video. Okay. So, on the real note though, today we're going to be talking about the difference between generating patients through Google AdWords or SEO and the difference of generating patients through like Facebook ads, for example. And there's actually a big difference between the two. And I'm going to really dig into that a little bit. But first thing that I want to address, I have so many of my clients tell me that everybody's telling them that social media is the thing to do right now. You got to be doing Facebook ads. You got to be doing Instagram ads. You got to be posting on Twitter or Pinterest or all these different things. Yes, you should have a presence on those platforms, but you don't necessarily need to be running ads. And I'm going to tell you in this video the kind of practices that should not be running Facebook ads right now and why you should not be really even messing with Twitter if you are a dental practice. You just shouldn't. You shouldn't. I'm not even going to get there. But first of all, let's talk about this idea that everybody needs to be running Facebook ads. And if you haven't ran a Facebook ad before, basically, you know, those sponsored ads that pop up on your timeline, that is a paid ad by Facebook. And so they can be very effective. And a lot of my clients generate high ticket cases like dental implants through those ads. But I only work with certain types of clients for Facebook ads. And here is what I will tell you if you're considering running Facebook ads at all. You need to have a sales process in place at your practice. These are leads, okay? We're going to talk about leads. And I know a lot of dentists get mad when they hear the word lead, but that's essentially what you're getting through Facebook. Because think about it for a second. What you're actually doing is you're interrupting their timeline with your content. And this can be super effective if you're running new patient specials, if you're just posting out really neat content that's kind of unique, or if you're even handling more of the high ticket cases like we do for a lot of our clients, like implants and Invisalign and things of that nature. But what you will notice, and let's face it, we live in an ADHD world. And so what will happen is when you interrupt these people's timelines, they may be interested in it, they submit the information, and then I will see like dental practices get upset because they're like, well, we tried to call and schedule the person's appointment, but they didn't answer the phone. Well, maybe they were busy or something, whatever. And then they wait a day and they're like, well, they didn't return our phone call and we sent an email. Here is the key to making Facebook ads work for you. It's not necessarily about these people don't want the offer. They obviously want the offer if they opted in. You have to have a sales process in place that your staff has to be on board and trained for. So you need to be following up at a minimum of 5 times to somebody who's opted into one of these lead forms or whatever it may be, a landing page, whatever the offer is. Minimum of 5 times. And you need to be tracking what you're doing in a Google Sheet. So for example, like for our clients, if we're running Facebook ads, the leads information will come into the Google Sheet, and then we'll have little spots for each follow-up so they can make notes. And then at the end, we can talk about, you know, the amount that the case is closed or whatever from that patient so you can see what the ROI is. But I see so many people get frustrated because they feel like the patient should reach out to them. And again, there's so much stuff being thrown at us from this way, that way, this way. So much stuff being thrown at us that we get distracted. And these patients, these leads get distracted as well. So you need to have a good follow-up system in your office. That's number 1. And 2, your staff needs to make sure that they're confident on the phone and they are framing you as an authoritative figure. So for example, I'm gonna very specific here, and this works really well for my clients. First, sip of bourbon. Here's an example. Say you have a new patient come in through one of these lead forms through Facebook. You call them the first time, call them the second time, no one answers. Finally, the third time, you get a hold of them. And it's your staff member and say, "Hi, so-and-so, this is, Mrs. Susan at, Dr. Simmons' office. We saw that you opted in for our new patient special. I wanted you to know that I really wanted to get a hold of you right away because Dr. Simmons is really busy and he has a lot of patients that are taking him up on this offer. So I wanted to make sure that you had the opportunity to schedule your appointment and capture this deal. What time best suits you later this week to come in to get that appointment?" That is how you should be framing it. Notice what I did. First of all, I've placed the doctor as he's busy. He's got a lot of people who are, trying to book the appointments through this offer or whatever. So what we've done is we've done two things. If you've ever read Influence by Robert Cialdini, you'll notice that we have placed the doctor as an authoritative figure. That is very persuasive when there's an authority in the picture. So authority. Then you have scarcity because we have a lot of people booking this offer and we wanted to make sure that you got your appointment. So what you're doing is you're telling, "Hey, listen, if you don't make this appointment, we're going to run out of these offers and you're not going to get in." And then finally, the third thing is we've kind of already pre-framed a time or a time frame for them. So, what time at the end of the week works best for you? And even if you can get specific, does the morning of Friday work for you around 8 o'clock? We have an opening at that time. That's one way that you can frame and address, leads coming in through these Facebook ads. And listen, you may not get every single person who opted in. Every single person at the end of the day may not book. But what we have seen is if you can generate 20, 30, 40 new leads through Facebook ads every single month and you have an effective sales system in your office, you can easily get 10, 15, even 20 new patients who actually come through those doors and become patients of yours. And at that point, that's when you have to make sure that your game is top and your staff has their A game on so that you can not only bring them in, make a good impression with them, but also then that's when the upsell comes in. And there's a lot of upsell opportunities for dentists. So whether it be a whitening offer, whether it be if you're running a special on Invisalign, or this is the big one right here that 99% of dentists do not do, is say, "Listen, if you bring a family member in, we'll also credit them this deal as well." So if it's like a $99 new patient whitening special, whatever. Some people I know run like x-rays and exams for like $59. If you do that, great. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. It still works. So that's like the Facebook end of things. And that's really how you need to be approaching that. And I can dig into that deeper in more videos as we go along. But then you have a different side. You have Google AdWords and you have, organic rankings if you're doing like search engine optimization and you're ranked in the top spots of Google, which by the way, that's the money maker right there. Like SEO is like the top notch for a dental practice to get the best ROI, and it's going to last because you're getting the hottest leads at that point. And the same goes with Google AdWords, but obviously you're spending money with that. But these are folks, think about it for a second. Facebook, we talked about, we're kind of interrupting their timeline, which can work, and you should be doing that if you have that sales system in place. But then when you look at Google AdWords and search engine optimization, these are people who are already looking for a dentist, or they're already looking for somebody who does implants or ClearCorrect or Invisalign or crowns, whatever it may be. These are people who are looking for you. And so if you aren't visible to them, if you're not ranking in the top spots of Google, if you're not, on Google at all, if people are just searching for some generic terms in your community, you're missing out on these. And these are the easiest people to book and schedule an appointment with because, again, they're either looking to switch dentists, they don't have a dentist right now, or they are just wanting to see, kind of different options that are out there. And so with that, that's more of your traditional patients who are just like calling you up and you're just booking the appointment. I mean, that's like easy peasy lemon squeezy. And so the best practices will be doing Google AdWords. They'll be ranking in the top 2-3 spots of Google organically, and they'll be running Facebook ads. These are the top clients that I work with and that other dentists I'm sure that are out there who are doing this are absolutely killing it, because they are at every level the patient is at in different shape or form. And so what you need to be doing from a standpoint of, wanting to generate new patients is think about, first and foremost, do you have an effective sales system in place? And a lot of practices think they may, but then find out later on that they may not be as strong as they thought. And that's not necessarily the dentist's fault or the owner's fault, but it's just you have to have the staff on board, and everybody's got to be with this mission of, getting the new patient in the door and being able to blow them away with awesome service. And so, listen, Facebook ads can work. People run them every single day, and they're very effective. But I don't want you getting caught in this, BS where you see these ads and people are like, oh, we'll generate 50 new patients for you with this exact funnel. Well, maybe they will deliver those leads to you, and some patients will come out of it. But if you don't have these processes in place, you're going to be frustrated at the end of the day. And that's why seriously, 90% of dentists that I work with have come to me because they've been screwed by like 2 or 3 other marketing companies or Facebook ads expert, because they've like pitched them this big dream idea. And then in reality, there's like a lot of work that still has to go on behind the scenes with that to get that lead to become a patient. And so that's part of what we do, is just trying to educate dentists that, listen, you can do this, it's super effective, but here's what you need to be aware of. So with that, one more sip of bourbon. So I hope this video was helpful. Please leave a comment below if you have any sort of dental marketing question that I can answer and maybe try to help you out on. And other than that, we will see you on the next one of these, because I am going to be doing these more often. Faux show. All right, have a great day.